An apology by a German drug maker seems to have caused more anger than the 50 years of silence already has. These are some of the children born to women who took the morning sickness pill thalidomide. The drug was banned in the early 60s after it was linked to severe birth defects. Now, the drug maker Grünenthal, at the unveiling Friday of a memorial to the victims, finally made a public apology.
Thalidomide was prescribed to expectant mothers in the UK between 1958 and 1961 to combat morning sickness. But the drug was pulled after a link was established between it and birth deformities. By that time, up to 10,000 affected children had been born around the world. In the UK, of the 2,000 thalidomide babies that were born, only 466 survived. Their fight has been a long one. In 1968, the UK manufacturers reached a compensation settlement following a legal battle, and by the end of the 1970s, they'd paid out £28 million. But it wasn't until 2009 that the Department of Health apologised and agreed to pay £20 million for people disabled by thalidomide.
The chief executive officer of the Grünenthal Group, Harald Stark, spoke on Friday at an unveiling ceremony of a statue symbolizing a child born without limbs because of the drug.
We beg your forgiveness that for 50 years we never talked to you on a human level, and that we instead remained silent. We are so sorry.
Some campaigners have welcomed the firm's comments, but many say the company hasn't gone far enough.
We want
to make an example here in Germany, this protester said. They should be offering financial compensation to people affected around the world. Several governments around the world have paid compensation to victims of the drug, but it remains unclear whether thalidomide's maker will accept full responsibility, which could open the way to them paying more to people damaged by the drug and who are still suffering from health problems.
Some 10,000 babies were affected by thalidomide. It's estimated that 5,000 to 6,000 survivors are still alive. Despite the apology, the company is not admitting to any legal liability. It says it followed the standard safety testing at the time. The survivors and their mothers feel the apology is too little, too late, even pathetic, some say. This Australian mother was one of the many who took the drug and said the apology by the company boss rang hollow.
I have read his speech and so-called apology. It's the sort of apology you give when you're not really sorry.
Thalidomide is now back on the market, but for a different use, treating bone marrow cancer and leprosy. No help to those who survived its initial purpose.